This is Victoria Montana-Ryan, and today we're talking about no-cost and low-cost environmental controls.
Hi, and welcome to Connecting to Collections. No cost, low cost environmental controls. We all want them. It's not always possible, but common sense is really a good guide. One of the things that we have to do is we have to continue routine maintenance of our environmental systems. If you defer maintenance, it's going to be a huge cost, a very large cost. Routine maintenance is a smaller cost done over time and is a much better approach to make your systems run more efficiently, which will cost you less money in the long run and will also be less expensive than very expensive repairs down the road. You also want to keep abreast of what other institutions are doing because you may pick up ideas and tips from them on things that you might want to try at your institution. Another thing that's very common sense, personal habits. They can sometimes take a little adjusting to, but can save money. And these are things we're all familiar with. Lowering your thermostats and just a degree or two can save quite a bit of money. You'd be surprised. Or in the summer, of course, raising them a degree or two. It's not terribly uncomfortable, but it does save money. And putting things on remote control thermostats can also help with staying within the parameters for the environmental conditions we want without a lot of up and down changes that we don't want. We talk about lights. If you were to change out your incandescents in your offices for compact fluorescents, you would be surprised how much you'd save. We had an institution that was in trouble of closing. They were out of money. They switched out all their office lights to compact fluorescents. They saved $20,000 and were able to stay afloat. It can make a huge difference. Just make sure you're using the right light in the right place for the right purpose. We don't want to be using the wrong bulbs for, say, exhibit lighting. So offices are a great place to make those changes. Also, the other kind of light we talk about is daylight. Windows. You want to make sure that you have the ability to shelter out some of that light when possible. Things like shades, blinds. Historical houses may use awnings if that's appropriate. UV filtering films. If you have skylights, you might want to use plexiglass or even Japanese paper to diffuse the light. By lowering the light levels, you'll also be saving money. The other thing that you can do that's really no cost is adjust your working times to off-peak hours. Take your lunch in the middle of the day when the highest demand for the cooling energy is, and you don't have to be running at so cool a temperature, so you will save money. And one thing we sometimes forget about is the plumbing in our buildings. Little things like faucet aerators or low-flow toilets are not a big expense, but can save your institution quite a bit of money. So consider these low-cost, in some cases no-cost options.